Hello everyone. So in this section we will discuss about the array data structure. We'll see a basic introduction to array, and then we will discuss that how we can create an array, initialize an array and assign some values to an array. So friends, what is an array? So here let's take an example of a chocolate box. So you must have seen a chocolate box having these chocolates separated by the partitions and the containers. So when we actually see it for the first time, we get few things in our mind. The number one is we can tell that it's a collection of chocolates or a box of chocolates. And all the partitions which are holding this chocolate, you can see they are adjacent, or we can say they are contiguous because they are very next to each other. And here you can also see that each partition has two neighbors except the first and the last one. For example, the second partition has one neighbor to its left and one neighbor to its right. But the first and the last one, they have only one neighbor. For the first, it is the right, and for the last, it is the left. And when we receive this pack of chocolates, the size of this box is fixed and cannot be modified. So any chocolate making company will first create this box, and based on how many chocolates they want to add into this box, they will create that many partition. And once this box is created, it cannot be modified. And also we saw that these partitions are very adjacent to each other. So therefore they are also indexed and can be determined by its position. So looking at the box, we can simply number a position and simply can ask that, okay, I need the third chocolate or fourth chocolate, because we know that these chocolates are very adjacent and they are inherently indexed. So friends, similar analogy can be applied over an array. So here you can see that this is an array having 4 elements. So we can say it is a collection of data elements of a particular type. And here you can see that all the partitions which are holding this data have contiguous memory locations. So they are very next to each other. We can also see that those partitions have two neighbors except the first and the last one. And we can also deduce that once we create an array, we need to provide a size. So when we provide a size, we are given with an array, and once it is created, we cannot modify it. So if you want a dynamic array, there is some complex logic behind it which we will discuss in our upcoming videos. So for now, you can have an understanding that an array can hold some data elements, and the size to hold the data elements is fixed and we cannot modify it. And here you can see that these partitions have contiguous memory locations. So therefore, each partition comes with an index. So for an array of 4 elements, usually the index starts with 0 and ends with number of elements inside this array minus 1. So which is the length of the array minus 1. So whenever we create an array, basically we have an index associated with it which starts from 0, and for one dimensional array it ends with the complete length of this array minus 1. So let's say length of array is 4 because we have 4 elements. So the last index would be length minus 1, which is 4 minus 1, 3. So friends, this was the basic introduction to an array data structure, that how it holds the element and how they are very much next to each other, and basically they are indexed. So this indexing of array also help us in accessing the value inside that container. So we can simply do array of 3 and we will get the value stored at the third index. So this is also one of the advantage of having the indexed data structure. So friends, in this video we saw a basic introduction to an array data structure. In our upcoming videos, we will see that how we can create an array, initialize an array, and add values to an array. I hope you like this video. Thanks, have a nice day.